Hello everybody, I'm Elwirfy, and today we're going to be continuing the big document. If you haven't seen the first video, to be honest, not even recommend. Just go watch the first video. This video won't make any sense if you don't watch the first video. I had some time to cool off, chill out. I'm in a bit of a better mood, but I'm still upset. And it's the same day, for the record. I'm recording this on the same day. So even... because if I don't finish this all in one day, in one session of recording, I'm never going to get through it. So I cooled off a bit. I'm feeling a little better. Tried to distract myself, but we have to finish this. This is just important to me. And I swear to God, I'm not trying to milk for views, but I'll probably make a full summary video after this video as well. Just kind of giving final thoughts, and I might even write up my own document to help me say things in the proper order, because I felt like at the end of the first video I was getting really upset and I was really gonna lose my shit. And I hope that what I've conveyed to you guys has at least been clear, and you have been understanding, and of course my heart, and hopefully all of you in my audience will give your support to Alice. And yeah, I'm hoping that Alex no longer has a platform. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's do this. All right. So she says, but to be honest, as it goes... Okay, so this is literally right after where we picked up, just so you know. She says, but to be honest, as it goes shit again, I'm out and coming home makes it easier. And he's like, I'm not happy with you taking any more shit. You don't have to. You deserve better. Kiss. Is bear on cat or kitchen blink food now? What? That sentence doesn't make sense. Any blink D, and you're right. I'm not going to take any more. I just feel weird leaving without saying anything. When he's calmed down, I feel a bit stuck right now. And he says, you don't owe anybody anything, and if he hadn't apologized, groveled, then he shouldn't be surprised. And it doesn't stop at words. It starts there and gets worse. If he's already pushed you over and put his hands over your mouth, he will punch you eventually. And oh, this is with her dad. Fuck me. I totally thought it was him. So with dad, okay. New context. Yeah, so her dad is saying... Sorry, I thought it was him. Sorry, there was no transitional piece. So yeah, her dad says, I'm not happy with you taking any more shit. You don't deserve... You don't have to. You deserve better. Kiss. Is bear on cat or kitchen blink food now? Yeah. Okay. You don't owe anybody anything, and if he hasn't apologized and groveled, then he shouldn't be surprised. Okay, good. Let's see. If he's already pushed you over and put his hands over your mouth, he will punch you eventually, and then he'll a fun video to defend himself against you, but do not let it get that far. Get out. Good job, Dad. God, I wish I had known this was the next set of text messages. We could have continued the video, but I was just too upset. Sorry. Okay, so feeling a bit better now, since clearly the family is getting involved. That's huge. That's really important, actually. And then it says, some other days after that argument, he would scream in my face and tell me to kill myself multiple times in arguments over small things. He would walk away, then come back angry as if he couldn't leave without screaming, having me back down and be silent until I broke down. This evolved to the point where I would be shaking and scared for my life every time he came close or was in the same room with me whilst arguing. He still blamed me for our arguments, and to get back at me, he started with small petty things, like breaking my glasses without me knowing and throwing them away in the trash. He even helped me go look for them, pretending he was innocent until I finally suspected he did indeed throw them away, and he laughed whilst admitting doing so, acting like it wasn't a big deal. I ended up feeling detached from reality because I woke up depressed daily. Some days I didn't want to be near him or be intimate with him, and this would spark arguments, and he would get angry at me for still being upset over something he had done a day or a few days before. I was so disgusted by him and his actions towards me, I didn't even want him to be near our own cat. calling him his when he wasn't, and making shitty jokes about taking my cat away from me. This would always end in me picking up Bear and leaving the room. So Bear is the name of the cat. He ended up being secretive on his phone to what I then discovered was him stalking his ex on all social platforms. It's been a year since they broke up, and found her old NSFW pictures he kept of her. He said he was sorry, and that was it. So he's threatening to take away your cat, and he's looking at pictures of his ex. He has no shame. He has no sense of respect, dignity, anything at all. Obviously. All right, and back to Alex. He says, that's fine. Let's record again tomorrow. And she's like, for me? And he's like, what's wrong? And she's like, I don't trust you. Weird as shit. He's like, what? Why? And she's like, why are you being so secretive? Why won't you let me look? Guilty as fuck. Go away. And he's like, look at what? And she said, never was an issue before. Why is it now? Oh, talk about the phone. Talk about the phone. Got it. The 28th of December was the day I decided to no longer put up with his behavior. Yes, girl. Thank you. Jesus. It took long enough, but we're finally there. We're finally at the point where she's like, I'm done with this shit. Good. And she said, I was getting the house ready for his parents to come over for dinner, as Alex did not clean or prepare anything. He must have thought I was angry at him because as I'm cleaning the kitchen, he was constantly asking me if anything was wrong. I tell him multiple times I'm fine and nothing is wrong. I just want to be clean. He started shouting, getting hysterical, thinking I'm lying and that I'm pissed off. My mouse got stuck. Hold on. Sorry. I tell him to wipe the sides of the kitchen counters, take out all the bins, etc. He starts screaming after I gave him more than one task, telling me he can't handle more than one at a time, so he overreacts and I start to walk away. On my way out of the kitchen, he kicks me in the back and I turn and say nothing. What a child! What a child this guy is. You can't even handle doing a simple task that you have to be physically violent? How pet... What the fuck is going on here? How are you just so casually like, oh, let's just beat the fuck out of people? Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with this guy? Oh my god. And she's like, literally you. He's like, what the fuck? She said, reminding you, as you seem to have forgotten how abusive you are, and I forgave. He said, man, stay the fuck away from you. And she's like, you kicked me. He's like, me, you psychotic freak? I'm not fucking dealing with this. And she said, keep going. It's adding to the report. He said, you start shit today, you weird freak. Do you think it's fucking fair to do what you did earlier? Be honest. You actually think what you did in the kitchen was normal? After yesterday, you pulled the same shit. And then she's like, you kicked me. And he said, I told you not to, woman. Again, he's using woman as a fucking insult. I think that kind of also just kind of goes to show what kind of horrible person he is as well. As I said in the previous video, he's using the same insults because, he's not very creative with his insults. And she said, you freaked out, not me. And he said, fucking answer the question. And of course, she's like, you're mental, trying to convince yourself it wasn't you. Bye. And he said, you ever talk about me again? And she's like, hardly. Bye. And he's like, oh my god, then fucking leave me, you weird C-word. Oh my god. Dude, what do you want? Literally, what do you want? I don't know if I can't play the audio clip, but she's like, oh my god, then fucking leave me. Okay, she's like, I did. He's like, Jesus. She's like, idiot. And he's like, you win. You're so cool, weird fucker. And she's like, yep, I do, because I finally left you after all the shit I took. He's like, you win, okay. Lyrics and flow, we worked hard together on beats, so when he's back from holiday, we're going to go record properly in studio as well, as I got some other songs planned. I'll come pick you up and drop you at your parents' house. I don't know what this has to do with this, but maybe she'll explain it. At this point, it was the second time he'd hurt me, and I was scared, so I texted my friend to pick me up, and I started packing. He follows me around the house, screaming random things at me, trying to justify his actions for going too far. I recorded this because I was scared he would hit me again. I say nothing, and I'm panicking to the point where I'm sweating from fear as he's following me, screaming at me, calling me the N-word and useless, etc. After I left, I later picked up my things after he threatened to throw them outside a 4K plus setup. Jesus. I found everything on the floor and taken apart. The keyboard was smashed and scattered up everywhere. He claimed the keys had fallen off my keyboard when he was packing it all away. When I got home and plugged everything in, I found the monitor screens were both smashed to bits, the keyboard broken too, and the camera too. So he fucking destroyed her property too. Jesus. Like, you have to really try to break a computer screen that hard. Like, this screen you're watching on right now, if you can see my face clearly, just understand how much force you'd have to put into it to make all of the RGB colors come out like that. Like, holy crap. Because if you don't know, like, the way computers are, they have a bunch of little tiny dots with different lights, and then they change, and they make cool colors. It's cool. The technology is really cool. But, yeah, getting this bad, yeah, that's fucked up. All right, after I ended the relationship, he tried to manipulate me, telling me we just need time and that he will change, and begged me to give him a chance to change and make things better. This went on for months. He kept doing this and then getting angry when I didn't give back the same energy. Of course, I didn't, because I had come to the realization that I was abused, lost, and had no idea what to do at the time. He started doing little things he knew would get my attention in an attempt to spark any conversation, like following exes or other people we argued about, girls he slept with and kept pictures of, and started trying to get me back into the house, telling me he's put the bins out, asking me to come for dinner. Bro, you're trying to get her to come back to you after you fucking abused her by telling her that you took out the trash? Are you kidding me? Dude, that's like some basic ass shit. No one gives a fuck if you took out the bins. Why would she want to come to dinner just because you took out the goddamn trash? You're a fucking moron. Like, and you have no self-awareness. You have no self-awareness. He ended up arguing with me over situations with me not wanting to give him time or attention. Of course I didn't. I left him. He abused me. He couldn't accept this. I ended up blocking him, and he finds another social platform to message me on and argue. I blocked him again, so he ended up messaging all of my accounts, including the account I made for my cat Bear, asking and begging for a phone call so he can move on. After everything he did, he was still thinking about himself and how he could make it better for him. I kept telling him that I didn't want to call or meet him. Good. Stay the fuck away from this guy. It's fucking creep. I don't know which social platform this is on. And this might just be still more texting. And she says, I told the truth. He's like, man. And she said, of how I feel. I don't care. You did it again. And he said, so you just get to ignore me? Yes, she fucking does. Okay? She does. She has every right to ignore you. And she says, leave me alone. You're horrible. He's like, okay, fuck off, you annoying C-word. She's like, see? He's like, fuck you. She's like, yeah, bye. He's like, stop fucking agitating me. We're never going to get through this if I say everything I want to say. Okay, he rants a bit, and I think he's just trying to suck up to it. Yeah, look at that. He's like, oh, I know you didn't mean it, but it really puts me down. It's no excuse for how I acted, though, and I apologize for that. I just want to spend time with you so I can make stuff better. I do want to make stuff better. Here to apologize again. I'm sorry. Are you up? So he starts spamming here. Okay. He says, I'm upset, and I miss you, and I want to be everything to be normal. I will do everything I can to get you back. Starting today. Should have started earlier. And like the beginning. Okay. What do I do then? She's like, stop being mean. It's pretty clear instructions. The fact that she's even still talking to him, and the fact that she's being so damn clear. What's going on? I don't know. And then he says, okay, I'm sorry. Can we call just 5 minutes? Apology, then I'll go. Okay, I'll stop texting you and give you space. I fuck this. And then the next day he says, good morning, have a good day. And then the day after that, or same day maybe, he says, I miss you a lot. Then some sort of photo happens. And he's like, go on. Let me cook, though. All the house is clean. I just put the bins out. And she's like, that isn't hot. It's basic living, kid. Basic. Fucking got him. Fucking got his ass. Calling him out. Like I said earlier, no one gives a fuck if you take out the trash or if you clean the damn house. That's basic shit that you're just supposed to do as an adult. This has nothing to do with your emotional abuse that you've inflicted on her. That you have such a severe lack of respect in your brain that I can't imagine how you are only now realizing this after she finally blocks you. So as soon as she takes action and gets rid of you, then suddenly you want to come pussyfoot your way up to her and be like, oh, hey, maybe I didn't fuck up. It's like, yes, you did. Don't try and act like you can just move on from this shit. You fucking abused her and you took advantage of her and you assaulted her. I mean, the fact that you're not in jail right now is a fucking miracle. She should report this to the police. In fact, even if she doesn't, I hope somebody does. Because this is fucked. This is so fucked. Okay. This is a different social media platform. And she's like, no, bye. And he's like, and say goodbye properly. I can't move on unless we call, to be honest. She's like, LOL, why? So you can call me everything under the sun? Sure, bud. Yep, she's wised up. She's figured it out. And he's like, I can completely cut you off if we call, but I will struggle if we don't. And she said, that's going to suck for you. Let me snap one more time. Perfect. Get him. All right. This is the happy video. And she said, that's going to suck for you. And he's like, I don't want to fight. I want to end it. And there's some sort of voice message. And she's like, we're even. And he's like, okay, let me take a second here, please, if I can. And she's like I abused you like you did. Wait, what? Like I abused you like you did me. Okay, gotcha. And he says, and take that back. I don't mean it like that. Sorry. Sorry, I'm getting like so worked up. It's hard to speak. And she says, imagine, why say it if you don't mean it? He's like, no, seriously, I didn't. She's like, yep, sure you did. He's like, no, seriously, I don't. She's like, yep, bye, peace. And he said, I mean, even as in don't talk anymore because we're both so hurt. You didn't wrong me like I did you. I know that. And she's like, it's so fucking serious what you put me through. You know that, right? I know you know. I know you know how fucking messed up this can be for you because you know you did so much wrong. There you go. There you go. Hell yeah. Tell him. And she's like, God, I know that more than anything. And she's like, you fucking know you're sick and you're saying the same. You're saying I did the same. And he's like, but I thought I would have a chance at talking to you and saying sorry. And I really didn't want to have that taken away. Bro, you're texting her right now. Say sorry now and stop talking to her. Just stop. She doesn't want to talk to you. You could have literally apologized any single time and moved on and not treated her like shit. And now you're like, oh, I gotta call you in order to feel better. Like, bro, Alex. Okay, listen, Alex. You're texting her right now. Just apologize and leave her the fuck alone. I know this is in the past. I can't fucking change anything. But seriously, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you not just apologizing? If that's what you want to do, I'm not saying that forgives you, but if you need to apologize, say you're sorry and be done. Leave this girl the fuck alone. Stop it. Like, fuck, I'm not even a dad, but I'm feeling like dad energy. Like, I'm like upset that you're being so fucking... I can't. I'm sorry. I guess this didn't turn out to be a happy episode. Fucking great. He's like, God, I know that more than anything. Oh wait, no, sorry, we read that already. And I really don't want to have that taken away. She's like, thanks for the sorry. I don't forgive you. Yo, that's awesome. He's like, I don't want to beg for you back. I want to call you and say sorry. I'm in it asking you to forgive me. She's like, I don't owe you that time. And he's like, I just wanted to apologize to you like real people who are together for nearly a year. Bro, it hasn't even been a year. Thank God she left. If it had been multiple years, this would have been even worse. And she's like, and you didn't. He's like, it's like so hard for me to just cut off. She's like, you just kept on doing it. He's like, he said, like completely. She said, and got worse until it actually got domestic and serious. And you're saying we're even? He's like, I got worse because I'm self-destructive. She's like, we're even. He's like, and every time we didn't call, I got worse. Okay. Eventually, he tells me I deserve better and gets all sorry for himself after he realizes I'm actually not coming back. He sends me apologies and owns up to everything he's ever done to me in voice notes and in videos, crying whilst begging me for a phone call so he can talk or move on. I don't and won't ever give him that. After After I explained to him how he was abusive, he claimed that I was abusive too. To try and spark erection towards him, he said, "I'm joking, and I don't mean it like that. You did wrong me like I did. You know that." He continuously begged me to call him so he can apologize and wanted me to forgive him. He ended up sending things to my house like teddy bears and flowers, his hoodie that had been sprayed heavily with his aftershave, and a letter to try and achieve this. He mentions, "I wish you had broken up with me to my face." I did. When I walked out of the door with my things after he kicked me. Okay. Alex. She did not do anything abusive towards you because she was defending herself from you. You instigated everything against her. And you did this, I assume, knowing what you were doing, because you kept doing it over and over, repeated behavior. You didn't respect her feelings. And now you're claiming that she abused you? Are you fucking serious? Really? What? I can't anymore. I can't. This guy is a moron. You know what? No. I'll just fucking say it. He's a fucking retard. I'll just say it. Y'all can hate me in the comments or whatever. I don't care. This guy's a fucking retard. All right? How can you be so damn stupid as to think that you, the abusive one, for the record, in case you didn't know that, Alex, you were not being abused. I'm sorry. I haven't seen, or at least I haven't seen any evidence of that. Okay? Everything that she said that was like insulting back was defending herself, trying to get justifications. She apologized over and over, trying to get you to stop, begging you to stop, and you didn't care. And then you attacked her. Like, what am I supposed to think? It got to the point where her parents were worried about her, and I'm surprised they didn't call the fucking police. In fact, parents, call the police. You still can. We got the evidence. Call the fucking police. Anyway. Okay, so he has like another account or something. And he's like, "Alice, talk to me." And then this guy, Alex, on another account or with a different profile picture, he's like, "If there's a chance I can spend every day trying to make it up to you, then I wanted to take it and show you I'm serious. But these are the last messages. If you do decide to contact me, I'll be there. There will be no more contact from me. The letter speaks for itself. I'm not going to make you be in something you don't want to be in." She's like, "I don't want you to make it up to me. You know you don't mean this. You carried on for months and got worse and worse. You're doing whatever works for you in your favor right now." He's like, "I was wrong for the way I handled it, but I understand." He says, "I let you down, but I don't want to lose you forever. I want to come back and talk in my heart. I want to run to you right now. I was scared of everything originally, and I'm not anymore. I just want to do right by you. I've got one last thing to deliver to you that was left behind." She's like, "What is it?" And he's like, "Your onesie and something I should have done a long time ago. I'll have to hand deliver it, and I've already bought the taxi. You won't see me, and I'll leave. And I'll leave straight away. I'm on my way, and I got the taxi to take me straight back. It's there. I've gone now. I apologize for my handwriting." He says, "I can stop caring. Then this stops happening. I stop fighting for you. I can let go. I want to be over you because the other option is fucking hell." She says, "Maybe you can just suck it up for all the abuse you gave me. Stalk me like you stalk your ex." I don't know. Now he's stalking her too. Because he's a clingy bastard who wants to be able to keep abusing her. Rich. He says, "And I don't any it." And she says, "I'm going now." He said, "Stalk my ex?" Man. She's like, "You did not deny it now, bro. Leave it." Fuck, that's true. He's not denying it. And he said, "So we ended on a big argument? Unreal. Fuck, I just want to scream. She's like, we ended it with you kicking me. He's like, I can't believe we can't fucking talk. Fuck. It's mental. I can't do this. She said, we ended with you kicking me. Bye. Yeah. Once it got physical, she got the fuck out because she's smart. And he's like, man, seriously, I can't believe you won't just let this go. She's like, let it go. C word. Yeah. Very good response. Whoa. Shit. This got big. Okay. I believe this is her. I hope. Let's see. If I'm wrong, by the way, I apologize, but I believe this is her. She says, yeah, no, sorry, I can't do this. Keep feeling sorry for you and letting you message me. It makes you feel like this is normal and that you can wait for me. You can't. There is no waiting for me. There is no S anymore. You destroyed it. You're going to ask, why do you care about things that I can do then, Alice? Well, it's because you're the one making all this effort to contact me. Fuck up, then apologize, so I call you out on things you do that actually prove your statements wrong, so I call you out. God damn. I'm an English major, and I had trouble reading that. I hope I'm reading this correctly. Okay. She says, I don't forgive you for abusing me. I don't think I ever will. I don't want you to contact me somewhere else after this multiple times. I've blocked you on maybe 8 things now, and you need to take that as very obvious sign that I don't want to be near you. I struggled cutting contact with you out of my own fear and damage mindset you've created. Even just thinking about calling you or getting anywhere near you again or being fine again with you or getting back with you scares the living shit out of me, and that's what you've done to me. You can make excuses, say it was my fault, I made you do it, but we all know that's invalid. It's taken me so much courage to actually finally say this to you, but I don't know, maybe don't domestically abuse someone next time. I don't know what you expect from me. Don't try to beg, etc. It's all fake. It's all out of fear because you're scared of everything I have on you, like everyone else in your life, and I keep falling for it. I'm glad she admitted that. That's important for growth, I think. She said, I fall for your lies and manipulation even when we weren't together anymore. More of the story, you're an abuser, and I want you to please leave me alone so I can actually heal from this. Oh God, it keeps going. Actually, where was it? You heal from this. I've finally say this to you, but I don't know. Oh, wait. Sorry. More of the story. Oh, sorry. I've given you 10,000 chances to not call me disgusting names and gaslight me from the start. Arguments over nothing. Even after I left you, you've damaged my mental health too far to explain, and I don't want to keep in contact with an abuser. This is unfixable. It was never fixable. You abused me. Wake up. If you continue to contact me anywhere else, I will need to take this further. Thank you. All right. She even gives him an out. She says, look, if you stop talking to me right now, this isn't public. So the fact that I'm making this video right now exists because of what happens next. Okay? Literally everything. He sent a 29-minute long voice message, then a 12-minute voice message. I can't hear those, but I think I'm okay. He said, I also understand the crying isn't really acceptable, nor is saying I love you. I should have left that out. It takes away from what is important, which is how I treated you. I didn't want to not reach out and apologize, though. I didn't take responsibility for how I treated you, and I felt it wasn't right. I'm sorry I took everything. Jesus, you're still talking to him? Okay. This just goes to show how difficult it is to get away from an abusive person. Because you have to understand that, like, when someone's being abusive and when someone is, someone had like this grip on your life, it's really hard to disconnect. So don't blame Alice for keep talking. Like, she's just trying to get rid of him. And I hate to say it, but I think the best thing to do at this point is just to stop replying. If he spams you, he spams you. Turn off notifications. But at this point, after that long paragraph you just said, I would have just stopped talking. And I don't mean to give advice. I know it's in the past. She's doing the best she can, and I'm not saying she did anything wrong. She's doing the best she can. But this goes to show how difficult it is to get away from an abuser. It really is incredibly difficult, and I commend her for being able to still separate herself from him eventually at the end of the day. He says, hey, can we talk about this? Did you hear everything? I'm so sorry, Alice. Shall I stop, or are you writing? She says, talk about what? There's nothing to talk about. He's like, there's a lot. She's like, no, there isn't. I said my piece. You said yours. He's like, what happens now? She's like, what do you think? He's like, I don't know. I wanted to try to make it right by you. I made a lot of excuses. I didn't realize how one-sided I was being. And he's like, what do you mean by this? To the, what do you think? He says, is there no way I can work through this with you? Dude, she said no. No means no, motherfucker. Does that not make everything more understandable or different? I feel so conflicted about a lot of stuff. I'm sorry I didn't apologize before. Oh, whoops, I need to read that. I know I was being hopeful in my... Oh, no. I guess that's not an important message. Okay. He said, I'm too close. She's like, why? He's like, because I ruined it. I was really blind to so much. I relied on crutches, and I became what you wanted to avoid. And you did give me chances, and I wanted more from you. I wanted you to just come back. She said, I actually have PTSD from you. He says, but tell me everything was a big misunderstanding. He's like, yeah, I know how my actions have affected you. That's the thing. I know that you can't call me because of me. Okay? She says, if I look at you, talk to you, think about you, my heart pounds out my chest. And he says, I'm sorry for swamping you here. He says, yeah, it's the same for me. She's like, is it though? And he's like, but obviously for different reasons. She says, I don't think you can compare this. He's like, yeah, sorry. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. He says, and every day I argued with you, I pushed it back because I was so desperate for this to be easy. I didn't want it to work. I didn't want to work for it because I believed if you love someone, it would be that simple. But you did love me, and I was making it impossible for you. And I have, and still am now. I can't go back and change it. I wish I could fix it. I wanted to put it right. I was so flawed about how I was doing it, and it's killing me inside. Sends more voice messages. I told you I loved you. See how she's not replying anymore? That's great. I told you I loved you, and then I would get so angry and other stuff that's pointless right now. I was scoring points in my head. I was frustrated when we called because I was faking it, and I thought for other couples to fix something, they would first pretend it's fine, then talk about it later. Bro, how old are you? If there's a problem in a relationship, you just fucking talk about it. That's what adults do. Adults who pretend everything's fine do not have good relationships. Me and my wife, if we have a problem, we just talk about it then and there. We don't sit around and we'll let it stew. We talk to each other like adults because we're mature people. This guy's a fucking child. Alex, you're a damn child. Shut up. He sends videos of them, I think. He says, I was hurting you, insulting you, and then blaming you I was terrible, and then I blamed it on my own issues. I'm so sorry. I convinced myself we'd both fix each other, but I was just making out problems worse, and I couldn't have stopped it, but I was in a selfish mindset. No shit. Good Lord. He's just going on and on. He said, yesterday was a low point for me, and I just still don't know how to feel. I'm so sorry I messaged you during it all. I don't want you to feel like you have to fix my problems. I know it's complicated, and I don't hold it against you. I hurt you, and you responded, and I understand. I know you have other stuff going on. I never gave you time until it was too late, begging for calls after the fact. I wish you hadn't ignored how you were feeling about many things until it had got too big. I'm sorry for letting you down. The pain I feel is immeasurable, and it must not compare to what you have gone through. I'm sorry for how selfish... Dude, you do not understand. Do you get... You don't get it, do you? He still doesn't fucking get it. I do believe people can change, but not people who are as stupid as him. He says, I'm sorry how selfish I was being. I told myself I was doing it for you, but I was wrong. What a terrible excuse to treat you that way. The more I ran from this by arguing, the heavier it got. I'm sorry I didn't stop months ago. The pain you carry weighs on me a lot, and I should never have put this avoiding... Yeah. Okay. I don't understand what the Amazon thing is. He says, I had to stop you somehow. She's like, goodbye. He said, because you don't talk to me. I told you to calm down. She said, you put hands on me because I was screaming. Maybe stop doing what you was doing. He said, so I just said don't do it. She says, fuck off. He said, that's all I said. She said, bye. Fucking excuses to do that, asshole. And he said, that's not what I said. What the fuck? And then she got a gift from Amazon. Oh, it actually says, I am deeply sorry for upsetting you and letting you down constantly. I hope one day you can forgive me and we can talk. From Alex. Dude. Oh my God. And he says, about not having a house stuff, she said, words hold no weight for you. Very true. He said, and instead of actually sitting down, I just sat on it and overthought it. Yeah, I've had this conversation with my mom recently. She's like, good. He's like, I'm ashamed, Alice, and you aren't here because I didn't get help. I felt like I was doing it was the right thing to do if you're upset. She's like, oh, wait. He's been doing something about the post. She's like, what would you post? I used to be abusive to my girlfriend, so she reacted and started to hate me because of it. Crazy. Got him. And he says, I'm not going to post. That's why I'm messaging you. She's like, okay, and what do you want? He said, I was hoping we could leave each other alone. Because enough has happened and I really regret it. And you sent a goddamn letter. I'll read this in a moment, but can we come back to this real quick? Can we talk about this? They're talking about posting right now and like content creation, because at this point, I think that Alex realizes that, everything's going public, everything's going viral. It's getting a bit serious, wouldn't you say? So, yeah, he's trying to make sure she shuts the fuck up. And I'm very glad that she expressed herself, because now we can see what kind of a horrible piece of shit this guy is. And he sent a letter. Okay. He says, Dear Alice, look, you fucking numbered it. He says, I'm so sorry for not giving... This handwriting. I'm so sorry for not... I think that's giving my behavior before... And I understand this might be a little too late or too little. I hurt you deeply, and I will spend forever trying to make that up to you. I'm sorry for blaming you for how I acted. I didn't take responsibility for how toxic I had become. I should never have made excuses for you. Made excuses for something insulting and pulling you. Excuses for shouting, insulting, and pulling you. I regret our last night more than anything in the world. I'm writing this because I want to show you how much I regret and am ashamed of hurting you. You are my world, and every day without you has been eye-opening to how you must have felt. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at reading cursive, but I think I'm reading it pretty well. American education. What can you do? He says, I'm not looking for forgiveness. I will spend every day trying to earn your trust. I'm I'm writing this on the chance that I can work to be able to have that chance. Yeah. I would do anything to win you back. You were right, and I'm sorry I didn't listen. You are the love of my life, and I will never forgive myself for hurting you. I will spend every day working towards fixing what I broke. I promise to never completely ignore you again. I took time to reflect on everything, and I'm making steps to get myself out again. Oh, thank God we're done with the letter. Okay. It's just a sappy bullshit letter that means nothing. What the hell is this? Sorry. Talking a lot is hard on my throat. And he says, you're a huge fuck up, whore, C-word, freak, weirdo, bitch, slimy slag. unlovable. I don't love you anymore, stupid. So I guess he loses his shit. He says, everything I do will amount to nothing. Your never-ending ego trip breaks up with me, blocks me constantly, called me a dog to his mom, tells me to shut up in front of his mates. Oh, wait, is this her? I'm so confused. Is this her? But I'm so confused. Who's sending this? Oh, this is the notes that she took. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. So this is what he said, because I was like, she didn't say that. This is the notes that she had taken. All the words he said, stupid, everything I do will amount to nothing. So this is kind of like her inner thoughts. She's like, everything I do will amount to nothing. You're on a never-ending ego trip. Breaks up with me constantly. Called me a dog to his mom. Tells me to shut up in front of his mates. Damn. I got more important shit than your feelings. That's another thing that he said, especially when your feelings are based on an absolute wank. Yeah, just some quotes. Goes to bed sleeping knowing I'm sad. Says he can't be asked. He can't be bothered. Arsed is what they said. He's tired and he tried. Excusing his words, saying I can't take it. Feeling no remorse until he says, told me to cut myself again. Bro, you really? We didn't even hear that part, unless and I've been paying attention, I swear, and I don't remember him at all saying she should cut herself. What the fuck? Okay. Said he would break my neck and kill me. He said, you can't live without me. October 19th of October 23, day 4, saying moving in together. The first time he gotten physical with me, I walked away for space for a minute. He grabbed my hood and pulled me. Okay. He put me in a headlock. Okay, yeah. So that's the notes that she took. Will dig and dig and dig at me for hours until I break. Finally, I raise my voice and he looks at me, pauses, and calls me crazy psycho. After pushing for a reaction, gaslighting, manipulating asshole. December 28, argued, kicked me as I walked away. I moved out after the day. Reactive abuse. Yeah, fuck. During an argument, he broke my glasses. Okay, so these are the notes she took. Okay, now we get narration from her. Okay, well, back to her explaining things. She said, there's so much more I could talk about, but I really don't want to relive it any longer. This was an awful toxic relationship. I should have just left 2 months in, knowing and finding out the kind of person he actually is. But that's what happens when a narcissist meets an empath. They feed off it. I had communicated my best, made him aware of what made me uncomfortable, and it wasn't listened to. In no way am I trying to make myself look as if I never said anything mean. I went through months of this horrible treatment that words like this became normal for when arguments came about. Words held no weight towards the end. I stooped down to his level and became reckless with my language to try and prove a point of, this is how you treat me, so have it back. Okay. I was pushed to the point to react, and I'm so sad that I got to that toxic point. But the extent this went with him saying death threats and physical acts was too far. This consisted of a lot of reactive abuse, and I lost myself. I understood he has his own mental health struggles, but it would and will never excuse the amount of trauma he put me through. Yes, thank you, of course. He went into this with many issues already and projected them all onto me. He knows and admits to this. I also want to mention, I know my mouth isn't clean. I swear for England in every sentence I speak, so I definitely give it back 10 times when I got tired and pushed over the edge. I feel it's necessary to add that. Girl, don't even worry about it. You fucking defended yourself. You did the best you could for the shitty situation you were in. Here in America, you can swear as much as you fucking want. On my channel, you can swear as much as you want because we believe in free speech. You do whatever the hell you want. You can only take so much of someone belittling you and telling you that they don't love you and that they hate you and the whole time you're together. When you're meant to be in love, it tears you apart and changes you. Yeah, love can really be used to take advantage of people. Because that wasn't love, just so you know. Duh. But she felt like it was. That's how fucked up it is. She felt like it was. Since all of this has happened and public have speculated on their own from my vent posts and interactions, which I want to tell you is a cry for help, not attention. I've had threats of story manipulation from Alex, so I want to clear all of these up before he gets a chance to try and victimize himself and disregard everything he's done to me. I'm not afraid to own up to anything I've done because I've only ever reacted to the abuse that was drilled in me. Okay. And there's more. We're almost done, but there is more. There's more. And I just need to say this. Yeah, I'm on your side, Alice. Don't you worry. That this guy is absolute human garbage. I don't think there's really any defense for him. I would be shocked if someone made a video trying to defend this guy on his actions. This is the most clear-cut, dry evidence I've ever seen. Like, this is like the gold mine of evidence to prove that this guy is abusive and horrible and rude and treating you like shit. It just is. Like, he's a bad person. I'm trying to hold back my rage. It's not okay. But there's more. There's even fucking more. Even after this, after she made this document, she, like, because that felt like the end of the document. There's more fucking shit. Okay, there's more. She's like, go away then. He's like, I hadn't messaged you in weeks. She's like, keep it that way. He's like, but this stuff recently doesn't seem like it's going to end. And I feel like I'm being backed into a corner. She's like, for something you did? Oh no. He's like, I was hoping I could settle our issues personally. She said, the people spreading this are people who already hate you. Okay. He says, that's fine. I'm not bothered about them. And reopening this, I saw your notebook posts. She's like, this was pointless. He says, and read what you said in our messages. She says, yes, my standards are low, huh? That's sarcasm. And he says, and I thought we could talk about it. Look, I let you down more than anything ever. Like, I don't have the words to express my sorrow without typing Shakespeare poet. What the fuck? Don't you dare type Shakespeare to me. No matter what's happened. She's like, okay, we have a right to a private life. I don't want to talk about you. She's like, then go private. He says, venting to your friends, I understand, but this makes this whole situation harder for both of us, and it takes it to an unneeded place. So, so this is the part where he's actually trying to tell her, hey, don't tell the public because I have a career to think about. And now he's thinking about the money. That's what he cares about. He stopped giving a fuck about her at this point. All he cares about is getting that YouTube cash. And she says, so you're silencing me? You're asking me not to say anything or confirm anything that is what... Oh, shit, it cuts off. Stupid phone thing. You're going to be straight? Okay. She says, genuinely, it's not cute. He says, I insulted you and I shouldn't have kicked you. Trying to pull you towards me in an argument was wrong. She says, you keep saying like this like I abused you. Fuck. He says, no, I actually have never said that you abused me. She says, I mean, good. That would be huge BS. He said, I said it was toxic, but I understood why it would have gotten there, and I heavily regretted it. She says, it was toxic because of you, because of the abuse you gave, words, feelings, actions. Everything you did was vile to me. Thank you. And he says, and after the way I texted you was wrong. And she's like, you went out of hand. And he's like, I know you want to talk to me about what I did, and I was fine with that when it was between us. She's like, I don't. He says, I wanted to call you back and talk about it all. She's like, I didn't. He's like, yes, anyway. She's like, anyway, go away. And then it says she blocked him. I don't know why there's messages. Interesting. Okay, she's like what? How can this get any more out of hand? She's like, if you keep posting stuff, it will end up being a huge problem. She's like, for you. He's like, do you want to move on for us? She's like, because it's true for you. There is no us. And he's like, Alice, right now you are really trying to make me say something that you will use to hurt me with. Oh, buddy. Oh, we got enough receipts already. Anything you say makes it worse, but like we got enough. Your career's fucking over. You're done. You're done. He's like, I don't want to talk to you about hitting me, and I found the texts about the cat. Okay. And she says, because I didn't, and you'd be lying. He says, when you said you punched me. She says, I didn't punch you over a cat. She says, LOL, is this you saying you're going to use that? Okay. She says, because do it. Then I'll post you calling me the N-words and abusing me. Thank you. He says, no, I'm not, but right now you're pushing against me. She says, with witnesses. He says, why? She says, I never punched you over a cat. Okay, I'm not that worried about the cat thing. He says, because you won't stop. I have stayed dead silent, and it isn't enough. Bro! What? She's about to scream at him too, but like, you are the one talking to her. Just shut the fuck up. She probably would have even posted any of the shit if you would just shut the fuck up. Seriously. Stifu. You ever heard of Stifu? Stifu. She said, this is your argument. If I speak out about how horrible you are and abusive you was towards me, you're going to say I hit you over a cat. That's your defense for abusing me for 8 months. And make it make sense. Holy shit. He says, you don't get to hit me at all. The point I'm making is we both hated this. Okay. At this point, he's trying to use the situation with the cat to manipulate the story. I can show what really happened here. I'm really not worried about the cat. I'm really not. I'm sorry. He says, I am. Is that what you want? You didn't tell him, so just say we did. Don't talk to the cat. I'm 24. She said, you say weird shit. He says, I don't want to live with someone who is saying I can't talk to the cat weird shit. She says, be normal. Say love it or say you love it or something. He says, oh my God, you're actually doubling down? She says, look at you. He's like, yeah, see? I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that has nothing to do with the cat. Okay. Like, it doesn't... no one hit a cat. And then she says, I had to stop him from saying weird things to the cat. He was joking about taking him away, and why would I let someone who told me they'd break my cat's neck near my cat? This was an argument round mine, so there's no texts. Okay. He then goes on to say, I've punched him in the face over a cat. This is Delulu Island, where we're now on because he's trying to grab onto anything he can to create his own story. This didn't happen, and I couldn't tell you where he cooked this up from. This was from an argument where he was being horrible. Had the cat in his arms and come up to me and make jokes about him taking it away. Alex was in my face all over me doing this stuff, so I pushed him off me. I mentioned to him that I don't find any of this funny, and he carries on. I have the thread of messages and the real messages at the time of the event of him trying to manipulate. Okay. So she says, there is no us. He's like, Alice, right now you are really trying to make me say something that we'll use to hurt me with. Confused. He says, I don't want to talk about you hitting me. Oh, okay. We already read this, didn't we? And about you lying. Yeah. We already read this. I'm not going to reread stuff. Okay, because he won't stop, I have stated... Oh, wait, we saw this. Okay. You don't get to hit me at all, and this point where I hated this. So for it to all be for nothing is hard. I'd rather not work and sit on the sofa with you all day and the cat and be peaceful. I feel like everything is collapsing. So when we wake up and everything has been good and you dodge my kiss, it's hard. It really ruins my whole day, and you can't... And the... Sorry, it ruins my whole day and take the cat off me like it's hard because we don't need to do that to each other. She says, you know you always come for me and work and money... Wait. Sorry, I can't read. You know you always come for me and work and money I make in... So... Oh, okay, I guess it's not important. You blew up. She's like... or he's like, I didn't do anything. And she says, you kicked me out over the cat. He's like, but buy you ice cream? She's like, fuck off, lol, mental case. And he says, how can we live together if you're going to start arguments over this cat? And she says, you did that. He's like, no, I didn't. She says, literally got mad at me, not me. He's like, I just made a joke. She says, you got mad. And then he says, you must fucking go. You have to fucking go. And she said, I don't say weird shit and he's going to be he's going to be taken away, idiot. And he says, we cannot live together. She's like, fuck off with this, my God. He says, I'll get my own cat. She said, never said you can't talk to it. You're infuriating. Bye. And he says, you fucking pushed me. It was a fucking joke. And then she says, off of me. Off me. Yeah. There's a difference between pushing off of someone versus just pushing someone who's just standing. And you're doubling down. She's like, that's you, Lamau. I was doing what you told me, idiot. He says, look, I think I'm completely in my right to say that I don't want to be with someone who's going to harass me over the cat. I'd rather not be in that situation. She says, I don't harass you. He says, yes, you do. She says, I got you off me. He says, because it's weird. And she says, when I said I don't find it funny, he says, well, if just taking the cat is weird, then you have to leave my house. Okay. There are so many cases where I ended up taking Bear to another room, saying that Taking the cat off him is starting an argument when I only did that after he said weird things to him. Acts like a child, had his toy taken away when realistically I was uncomfortable with him being near my cat after saying what he does. These texts are also after the first time he dragged me in an argument, so I'm very much unapologetic in everything I say and toxic back. You can see how things get worse and worse, and I stopped caring about my words because I'm constantly drained daily hearing the abuse from this person. It took a toll on me and my mental health. Yeah, as it makes sense that it rightfully did. The last story he will manipulate is from September in his old flat. We were in a heated argument, screaming at each other, where he was in my face, belittling me for everything I do and have ever done, calling me horrible names. Every insult you could think of came out of this mouth to me. Whore, slag, bitch, nobody. I started crying, and he looks at me with a straight face and sighs, calls me boring, and laughs. I ended up defending myself. I slapped him in. I slapped him in the face. This is sort of out of character for me, but he was screaming in my face abuse. I was backed into a corner, not knowing what to do. Hey, self-defense. In America, we got self-defense. You fucking defend yourself. Proud. This happens when I grab my things and I leave the flat, and I call my friend to tell them everything that happened. Alex spams me to come back, and I end up giving in and going back because I'm scared. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, especially as an outside observer. I can't judge, but it's frustrating that he has had this control. I don't know. It's just so frustrating. Okay. He says, hate this. She says, you hate this. He says, and hurting each other more. And she says, because it's true. He said, isn't going to make it right. He says, and she says, and people are seeing you for you. And he says, and you said you slapped me yesterday? I was dreadful. She says, yes, I slapped your face one time. Name a girl who hasn't slapped a huge asshole. Hell yeah. And he says, I know I was. Yeah, you even admit. Look, he just fucking, he fucking confessed that, yeah, he was being an asshole and he deserved to be fucking slapped. He says, and I'm ashamed of everything but coming after my life. What? And she says, that your defense, my girlfriend slapped me after I abused her. And my family. Okay. For legal and obvious reasons, I won't attach all the evidence I have, but in due time, it may be made public. He has tried to get me to stay quiet online and suggested he would deny all of this if this happens. If this happens, I will release more undeniable evidence. Oh. Okay. That's everything. So this guy, let's do what we always do on this show after that fucking mountain of evidence proving that he's bad. Let's and we're gonna mute the tab here real quick. Let's go look at the comments of the most recent video. You know how we do it in this in this channel. Let's go to the comments. Let's see what's up real quick before we sign off. He says JoJo wasn't the only one. Look, oh wait, this video underneath, by the way, it's about JoJo Siwa hiding a secret or whatever. Doesn't matter. But they say JoJo Siwa wasn't the only one hiding shit. This is the top comment. Let's look at this. And then, have you not seen the proof, Lamau? There's literally video proof. Oh my god. Oh yeah, there's more evidence than this. I just wanted to go over the main Google Doc because that was the main chunk of evidence. But we can certainly go over more. There is more evidence, actually. I just felt like for what's important, for what convinced me at least, was the evidence that we just went through. I thought that was the best, most compelling evidence. Besides the audio recordings, obviously. But that's a whole other bucket. I'll maybe go over that if I feel like it's necessary. It depends how things develop. She was a person who was abused. I don't know why there's debate. You know why? I think it's because this was 3 days ago. So some of these comments are not, what's it called? Not from the most up-to-date. This is 3 days ago. 2 days ago. Like, here we go. Telling your ex-partner to end her life is wild. It's over for you. Yep, very true. This person, Danny Lee Max, says, unsubscribing is so satisfying. Everyone should. Karma's a bitch. Hell yeah. In the words of JoJo Siwa, karma's a bitch. Great. It's crazy to pretend to be wholesome and wake up to yourself. Yeah, and this person, I like this comment, Lunar, which says, incredibly disappointed in you, the hypocrisy, the The hypocrisy is wild. You preach about important human rights issues, but then behind closed doors, you're the exact person who everyone should be avoiding. Your platform is completely built off performative activism, and it's sickening. Guys, I'm telling you, big YouTubers who act like they know, like they're better than everyone, who act like they're somehow righteous in some way, like they're manipulative. Lies are very easy to hide when you have money and power. This person says, you will never ever come back from this. Good riddance, abuser. Hell yeah. And then it says, be careful what you guys say. Alex will bash your fucking head in. Oh my God. Some of these comments are just fantastic. I like this one. Well, I think we all know why we're here. The worst part is him screaming. He is famous at her. The poor girl had to pretend for his sake. Yeah. Ugh. The irony is poetic. You were one of my comfort creators while I was being abused. I'm feeling beyond sick right now. That's the other thing. This is something that I talk about. This is something I talk about on my channel a lot. As a content creator, you have a responsibility to, I would hope, try and make your audience feel welcome and feel like they're part of a community. Hopefully I do that with you guys, but again, my content's not for everyone, and that's okay. But for those who like my content, just know that I always try my best to make sure that you guys feel welcome to say whatever you want in the comments. I try to reply to everything I can, and hopefully have good discussions with you guys while also having fun playing some good video games. But for big content creators, sometimes they'll twist their audience into being something they really shouldn't be. And it's pretty clear to me that this guy was manipulating his audience into thinking he was good, and he even tried to claim that he was better than all these people when he wasn't. Like, I don't know. And I think that the worst part is that this could happen to anyone, any YouTuber, even me, I suppose. But, you know, I love my wife, and I've already shared my financial state, and I honestly probably shared way too much about my life on this platform if you wanted to go look at my old videos. But yeah, I would always choose my wife over a fucking YouTube channel. Come on. I don't know. I just can't imagine. I don't know. I just can't imagine something like this happening to almost any creator. But then when it does happen, it's just awful. And the thing is, I didn't even know who this guy was. I had to go like do some research and stuff. But the fact that he makes videos calling people out while he himself is a hypocrite is just the worst. I hope YouTube gets rid of his channel. I want to point out the Internet Anarchist, famous channel, he's got a check mark, said it's over for you, Alex. I love that. I don't know if there's any more verified channels who commented directly on this. But yeah, hiding dark secrets, no you. And I'm going to talk about the leaked video where he violently threatens his ex. Yeah, like I said, guys, there's even more evidence. I just wanted to cover the bare bones basics to do the basic stuff. Also because people don't like reading, so I figured I'd read aloud for you guys. And then he said, you've destroyed other people's careers for doing the same things you've done. We're all gathered here today. I like that. That's nice. That's nice. I'm so disheartened. I feel like the on-screen person has died, but has never really existed in the first place. Yeah. Horrible. Yeah. I think renaming the YouTube channel to I'm Abusive would be more appropriate. Sending hate from Beijing. A brick bro, you're honestly ruined. And then I like this one. I really like this one. It says, who treats a woman like that? A person who is supposed to be your friend, the one who you share the most intimate things with, and you tell her to end herself? There is not the right words for the level of disgust we all feel. It's almost too tough to say in writing. Just F you, Alex. I think with that, I think that pretty much covers everything. The comments have pretty much caught up. So this absolute human dumpster fire, fuck off, I guess. Thank you all for watching, guys. As always, I'm Elwirfy, and I'll definitely be seeing you guys next time. Take care, everyone.